Thank you for hopping on the line after this big scoop that I think everyone will be talking about tonight. What do you see as the import, the significance of what you've unearthed that Paul Manafort's lawyers were exploring discussions with Mueller to negotiate a deal on the D.C. charges?
Thanks for having me. So, it does look like there is a little bit of a chink in the armor, so to speak. I don't want to read too much into this. It is relatively common as sort of you get down to the wire. If they already went through a very grueling trial, they have potentially another very grueling trial coming up in another couple of weeks. You want to sort of sit down and explore what are the possible options for trying to get this off the table, and is there some kind of a deal we can reach where we can kind of handle all this together, get him in front of the judge in Virginia to get sentenced and get it all over with together. Now, as you mentioned and we said in the story, they didn't seem to reach a deal. They are moving forward to go ahead with this Washington trial. There is the potential prospect for a third trial. We'll find out later this week if prosecutors are going to try to retry those deadlock counts. So I don't want to read too much into this, but it does suggest that there is some softening of his position and maybe the potential for some kind of deal.
Well, Aruna, I appreciate you don't want to read too much into it. You sound less excited about your story than a lot of other people because you have dropped something of a bombshell, although we appreciate your measured and humble telephone style. This is a bombshell because, as you know, up until this report, for months, Paul Manafort has been the lone stone-cold resistor and has said nothing and intimated nothing. I mean, Michael Cohen was out telling every reporter on and off the record that he could get, he's ready to cop a deal. Manafort the opposite. Can you tell us from your reporting whether the D.C. negotiations would have necessarily included jail time, and was there some sweetener in there for Manafort as you understand it?
We don't know the terms that were on the table at this point. Always when you're going to reach a deal, to some extent, they're going to drop some of the charges that you face. So he would never have likely had to have pled to everything that was on the table. But we don't know at this point what was specifically on the table.